Our trip to the past ends today, but not before we play our final two games of the season against Charlton and Fulham. We're also going to play Newcastle, but we've already played them on camera, so we'll just skip past that one. Hello and welcome back to the 0102 database save with Southampton. The database, by the way, if you haven't realised, it is down in the description below. It is by the Mad Scientist. It's really good fun, really good fun. And as you can probably tell, you can buy some silly footballers for silly teams. If you have enjoyed this save, do please remember you can hit the like button, you can hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see what else is going on the channel. Let's get on then with the final episode of the 0102 save. We've done alright. Last episode, we played Chelsea, Bolton and Arsenal, and we somehow unexpectedly beat Arsenal, didn't we? We beat them 2-0. Since then, we've gone undefeated, dropping just 2 points. We beat West Ham 4-3, Milan Barros with a hat-trick. We drew 0-0 with Aston Villa. That's our only drop points. We then beat Derby and Middlesbrough to basically put us up into 7th place in the table with very little to play for. We can technically drop down to 8th place, but realistically, it's not going to happen. Fulham, basically, they need to win absolutely everything. Obviously, they are playing us on the final game of the season. So maybe we might balls us up and get dropped out of Europe. Charlton, then, are our opponents up first. And they have a player who doesn't have a name. Who are you? Does he have a name if I go here? Nope, he has no name. He is a Serbian and Australian and Englishman and Bosnia-Herzegovinian. And he's 29. Anybody know? Anybody help me out on this one? A quick Google and we found his name. It's Sasa Ilic, apparently. I've never really heard of him. So, sorting by position then, Dean Kiely will be their number one goalkeeper. 31 years old, but very good. Obviously, most people know of Dean Kiely, don't they? Defensively, Mark Fish, Jonathan Fortune, Richard Rufus, Luke Young is also in there, Chris Powell. I mean, much like the Bolton side, they're not great. They've got some good young players. They've got some good sort of older players, but nobody who's sort of like world class. Apart from Scott Parker. Scott Parker's pretty good. The starting lineup then for the Charlton game. I've done it again. It's going to be Jussi Jääskeläinen in goal. Delap, Carvalho, Lundevang and Bridge at the back. Svensson and Letizia in the middle of the pitch. Tessum and Kinkladze on the wings. Davies and Beattie up front. Barros has just returned from an injury. He's kind of back, but also not quite back, so we're not going to risk him. If we can get ourselves 3 points here, we are finishing 7th. We can't finish any higher. Spurs are a little bit too far away. But yeah, if we can get 3 points, Mark Fish almost putting Charlton ahead early on. But yeah, if we can pick up the win, we're going to be on, 62 points, which I think is a very good point score for us. 20 minutes exact, and we do have ourselves, hopefully, a chance. Kevin Davies with it. He's going to go all the way across. Finds Joe Tessum on that right-hand side. There's 4 in the middle. Tessum does keep it in play. Back to Rory Delap. Across to Matt Letizia. We've almost had some Letizia speciality there. Kylie's goal kick is long towards Jason Ewell. Svensson's intercepted it though. Wayne Bridge towards Tessum. Doesn't manage to find him. Paul Konchesky, who seems to be playing extremely high up the pitch for Paul Konchesky. He was a left-back. I'm definitely sure Konchesky was a left-back. Jonathan Johansson to Robinson in the penalty area. Plays it back to Scott Parker. Finds Luke Young on the right-hand side into the area. Somebody get this ball away. Ricky Carvalho is the man to do so. Beattie sensibly heads back to Tessum, who plays that long ball forward for Kevin Davies. In on goal here. Is Davies going to find the bottom corner? And he does so. His 18th goal of the season. An incisive counter-attack there from basically Joe Tessum. A little bit of James Beattie involved as well. And then Kevin Davies with a finish. Bridge with a free kick for us to Letizia. Bridge is going to carry on his run. He does get the ball back as well. 3 in the box, 4, 5 in the box possibly. Tessum's one of them. It's fallen for Kevin Davies. He's very fortunate to get there. And it is 2-0. Is Davies going to get himself a hat-trick? Charlton possibly with a chance of their own now. Scott Parker. Forward to Chris Powell. Paul Konchesky. I think Konchesky's playing as like a left winger. It's through to Jonathan Johansson. And oh my word, Jussi Jääskeläinen's been beaten at his front post. And that really should have been saved. Half-time then. It is 2-1 at St Mary's Stadium. And we're looking alright, conceding that goal wasn't the best thing to do. But we're still in front and that's all that matters. Charlton do have themselves a very early chance though. Luke Young's throw. Lundevang heads straight back to Young. Crosses that ball in. Somebody get there first. He doesn't. Jason Ewell's gone for a bit of a powerful effort. But hits it wide of Jääskeläinen's post and we get a goal kick. Letizia with a corner for us. 53 minutes. Kevin Davies was there. I think that hit the bar. Konchesky gets that ball clear. Kinkladze is having a bit of a mare on that left wing, isn't he? So we're taking you off, buddy. Not really sure what you're doing or what you're not doing. We're going to do Andy Impey coming on that left-hand side. And then swapping you two back around. Sure. Letizia with a corner for us. Davies is there. He's hit the post again. And Konchesky can scramble that ball clear. Kevin Davies is going to get himself a hat-trick. I can sense it. It's going to happen. Letizia then with another corner, this time from the opposite side. Lundekvam was there but didn't get it. Rory Delap back to Matt Letizia. Crosses that in first time. Letizia was offside. Right, final 15 minutes. We're going to do Tessum coming off. We're actually going to do this. And then swap you two around. We'll do it that way. Tessum can then come off. Chris Bart-Williams is going to be the man to come on for Joe Tessum. 15 minutes left. Hopefully we can get ourselves a third. But it looks like... Oh no, Fulham have taken the lead actually. The Derby-Fulham game has been all over the place. Charlton with a chance. Luke Young to Jason Ewell. Flicks the head on, but Lundekvam gets that clear. It's fallen kindly for James Beattie. Now Letizia. He's going to use his pace. He's used none of it and he's lost the ball. Scott Parker across to Mark Kinsella. It's now Johansson. Now Robinson. Back to Johansson. Graham Stewart to Jonathan Johansson. And now it's Chris Powell crosses that in. Ricky Carvalho once again clears it. Not far enough though. Scott Parker this time goes for goal. Jääskeläinen can hold on. Final 10 minutes of football. And Jääskeläinen's going for a quick counter-attack here. Anders Svensson now as the right winger collects that ball. He's going to run into the area. Play it across. Play it across. On the floor to Davies. Davies would have put that in. Would have got himself a hat-trick. We're going to do our final change of the match. And I'm looking at my subs bench. We didn't really sort it out, did we? I never do. We are going to do... Who's playing bad? Or not badly, but tired. Bridge? We'll do Bridge for... Barros. Sure. Charlton do have themselves a free kick before the sub has been made. And Wayne Bridge literally cost us that goal, didn't he? Mark Campbell scored an equaliser in the 86th minute. How have we let that goal in? Bridge is literally going to walk off the pitch after being told he's getting substituted. I mean, that was definitely your fault, that goal, Wayne. We are seeing the highlights straight after the goal. Lundekvam across to Carvalho. Delap. Right-hand side is Svensson, who's very, very tired. I probably should have looked at bringing him off instead. Beattie's going to keep this in play, hopefully. He does manage to do that. Plays it to Svensson. Not a good pass from James Beattie. And now Charlton can counter-attack. Carvalho's got this, though. Rory Delap. Matt Letizia going to get a full 90 minutes today. Svensson to Davies. Takes a few touches. Back to Beattie. Is he trying to work some space for himself? Bart-Williams finds Milan Barros. And Milan Barros has been on the pitch for about 1 minute. And we have taken the lead. And that Barros goal was enough to give us the victory. We should have scored way more goals. We hit the post about 3 times as well. Davies should have got himself a hat-trick. Wayne Bridge ballsing up one of the crosses for their equalising goal. But we got the 3 points. We got the job done. We're finishing 7th. So this is how the table stands with us on 36 games. Everyone else seems to be on 35 for some reason. And Liverpool are down in 15th. I've only just seen that. Down in 15th with 34 games to play. Doesn't look like they're getting relegated. It's between Derby, Leicester and Everton. The team's going down. The team's battling for the title. It's Arsenal and it's Leeds. And it's looking like it's probably going to go to Arsenal. The final match of the season then is 7th versus 8th. It is Fulham. We have just beaten Newcastle 4-3. It was actually a lot closer than I was expecting it to be. And also, Arsenal are champions of the Premier League. And Everton have been relegated. I think somebody else might have also gone down. Not quite sure, but we're going to take a very quick look at the Fulham side. Obviously, their star man in goal, at the very least, is Edwin van der Sar. He's ridiculous. I think this was the season. Shortly afterwards, he ended up going to Manchester United, or maybe a year or two later. But yeah, obviously Van der Sar, very, very good. In defence, it's not great, is it? I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name. Fred Kipp, Alain Goma, John Harley, all there. Midfield is interesting. In particular, Steve Malbronk. I loved Steve Malbronk growing up for no reason other than his name was Steed, I think. Also, he was quite a small man, and I'm quite a small man as well. So yeah, Steve Malbronk, obviously Fulham legend, I guess. John Collins as well. Do they have Collins John? Can they do the sub? Collins John isn't on the game. He surely would have been around at this point. I'll tell you what, that strike force of Fulham is frightening. Louis Saha and Steve Marley. 23 years old Louis Saha scored 33 goals in 34 starts this season in the league. And then you've got a 28-year-old Steve Marley, 15 goals and 28 starts as well. There's goals. There is definitely goals in this Fulham side. but there's also goals to be conceded. I think defensively they're not strong. Going forward, they do look very strong. Our final starting lineup then will be Jääskeläinen in goal, Rickson, Torre, Lundekvam and Bridge at the back. Svensson and Letizia will be in the middle of the pitch. This is going to be Matt Letizier's final ever game for Southampton before he moves over to, I think, Montreal? No, Real Salt Lake. Okay, he's off to the States, not to Canada. It's going to be Tessem and Barros on the wings, Davies and Beattie up front. We've got nothing to play for, so hopefully we can just play football and have a good win. We do also have on the bench a 15 or maybe 16-year-old Andrew Sermon, so he might be getting his debut today. Fulham possibly with the first chance. Zaha's got this. It's not the best cross from the future Manchester United man. The Greek fullback with it. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. Tries to cross it. Maybe Jääskeläinen's held on. So we're going to start with the Finnish goalkeeper. Kicks it long towards Milan Barros. It's come straight back towards him. Lundekvam though can find it. Gets it to Tessem. This is good. Liking what we're seeing here. Tessem being chased by Boamorte. Forward. Finds Kevin Davies. Wonderful slide tackle. I'm not sure who that was. I think it's Frode Kipp. Milan Barros then has this ball. Tackled by Legwinski. Still keeps hold of it. Managed to get his cross away. Letizier with a cheeky little kick there on Steve Marley. And could Letizier's final ever Saints game end in a red card? John Collins with a cross. Frode Kipp heads over the bar. Fulham actually looking pretty good. And weirdly, it's not Steve Marley and Louis Saha who seem to be causing the problems at the moment. About a minute or so left of the first half to play. Svensson heads forward, but only as far as John Collins. I keep wanting to say Collins John. Boamorte gets tackled by Torre. Still keeps hold of it. Steve Marley. Steve Malbronk runs into space, goes for goal, and that is an absolute rocket from the little Frenchman. Fulham take the lead. Right, we need to thrash arms. I'm far from pleased. And then also, I want to say too, in particular, Joe Tessem, I'm furious with you. I'm literally just throwing a water bottle straight at your head. Fulham starting the second half quickly as well. Marley with it crosses that ball in. Joe Tessem, good. Maybe that water bottle might have given him a concussion, but he's managed to clear that well. Barros can run with this down that left-hand side. Into space. He's got two in the middle. Beattie's won. Acres of space for Beattie. And James Beattie gets his 10th of the season. Barros with the assist. 1-1 back in the game. Rickson with a throw towards Davies. Flicks that head on. Beattie's there on the spin. And James Beattie makes it 2-1. This second half, we have come out of the traps very, very quickly. Although, it's VAR. It's upheld, right? It's been awarded, everybody. We've got a decision from VAR, and it's right. I'm not even sure how he could have been offside. John Collins with a free kick. Jääskeläinen, television save from the former Bolton goalkeeper, or future Bolton former. It's a former Bolton goalkeeper. That's who we signed him from, isn't it? Beattie heads down to Barros. Plays that long ball forward. Davies controls that. He might have been offside. He puts that into the bottom corner. It's 3-1. The flag stays down. And we are definitely picking up the 3 points at the moment. I tell you what, giving everybody a shout at half-time seems to have helped out massively. Marley with this ball. Plays it in towards Saha. Controls it well. Jääskeläinen can't do anything to stop that. Louis Saha with his 37th goal of the season is 3-2. Letizia with the corner. Towards Lundekvam and Beattie actually, and James Beattie rises the highest, makes it 4-2, and that is a hat-trick from James Beattie. Letizia with the assist as well. I mean, that's probably the first goal from a corner that I've seen in pretty much all of FM21, or for a very long time anyway. Frode Kipp with a free kick then for Fulham to the Greek fullback. Malbronk to Sylvain Legwinski. He's got loads of space to run into. Bridge tries to close him down. Marley's in on goal. Jääskeläinen can stop Steve Marley at the front post. And I was thinking that was going to carry on. Instead, Milan Barros' season is over. Right, we're going to do Skinnz coming on for an injured Milan Barros. Do we take Tessem off? He's certainly playing better. He's still not playing well. We've kept him on for the moment. Fulham have themselves a chance to get almost back on level terms. It goes over the bar. I think it was Steve Marley with the headed effort there. And now another chance. John Collins crosses it. Torre clears. Skinnz flicks that head on. Doesn't find James Beattie. Alan Rogers apparently gets it forward. Louis Saha's in on goal here, and Jääskeläinen stops Saha from getting another goal today. I tell you what, when Fulham come forward with Saha and Marley, they are actually frightening. Frightening when they come forward with the ball. Jääskeläinen can hold on to that headed effort. Right, Tessem's day is up. Tessem's day is done. We're going to do Andy Impey coming on, and we are going to be seeing a 15-year-old Andrew Sermon coming on. He's not very good. He's also, I think he picked up a very serious injury. Yeah, damaged his cruciate ligaments. Literally within about a month of starting the game, so he's not been able to play for us at all. Letizia will be coming off. He's going to get a round of applause. Sermon coming on. It's the old guard for the new guard, who eventually signed for Bournemouth. But let's not talk about that, shall we? Fulham's still coming forward with this ball, trying to get something. Finnan doesn't get there. Davis can get that ball into the penalty area, but it's cleared. Chris Coleman lumps it forward. Jääskeläinen comes out, holds on to that one. We've got 3.5 minutes left to play. Jääskeläinen towards BT, the hat-trick hero, finds Kevin Davies. No, he doesn't. Frode Kip clears it. Fernando Rickson to the 15-year-old Sermon. Do something sensible with it. Not that. That's not sensible. Marley as well gets past Lundekvam. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Tucks it away. Makes it 4-3. There's still time for Fulham to score, isn't there? I don't think it's going to happen. It hasn't happened. It ends 4-3 in the final game of the season. Sermon balls us up to basically give them their third goal. But we've beaten Fulham. Arguably, a decent result. We probably shouldn't have conceded 3. And this is how the Premier League season then finishes. We do find ourselves finishing in 7th place. We were, 5 points off of 6th place Tottenham. We actually weren't far away from Champions League football, which is actually taken up by Arsenal, Leeds, Manchester United, Blackburn, Chelsea and Spurs in 5th and 6th getting Europa League, or it would have been the UEFA Cup. Back then we'd be getting into Toto Cup. Fulham miss out on Europe. Ipswich, Charlton, Newcastle, West Ham, Sunderland, Liverpool down in 14th place. I don't think they were particularly great back. No, they were good back then. Back at this time, they were good, right? They had Fowler. Was surely Michael Owen's about? Michael Owen doesn't seem to be here, like, at all. He should have been here. Did they sell him? It doesn't look like they sold... That might be why Liverpool struggled then. The unlucky 3 teams going down then. Future Premier League champions in Leicester, Everton and Bolton, who were just shocking for most of the season. And then we bought their goalkeeper, which I think made them even worse, with a minus 81 goal difference. Top goal scorer, Louis Saha, we've seen him in action. Marcus Bent in 2nd place, we've also seen him in action. And Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, we've also seen him in action. In fact, all 3 of these players have scored against us. Our top scorer on this list is Kevin Davies, down in 13th place with 17 goals. I don't know where Marian Pahars would fit in this list. Hold on. So Pahars got 12 goals, so he would have been just behind where Kevin Davies is, so he would have actually been just behind. He wouldn't have been just behind. He wouldn't even be on the list, because the bottom player is Harry Kewell on 13. So, end of season awards then for our Southampton 01-02 side. Milan Baros is the star, signing 11 starts and 11 goals. That's pretty good, isn't it? And they were all in the league as well. So, yeah, Baros, I was worried he wasn't going to be able to replace Pahars. He probably replaced him and then some. If he wasn't injured all the time, he would be great. Jääskeläinen as well only played 9 games for us, but in those 9 games, can we find out how many clean sheets he kept? 3 clean sheets, conceded 12. We did let in a lot of goals, actually. Carvalho as well, another player who, when we signed him, that's very cheap, I think, for what we got there. A 24-year-old. Pretty good. I say pretty good. Arguably a very good central defender. Kind of still not even in his prime. Delap, who we didn't sign, but he did technically sign for Southampton. Rickson, Bart Williams, David May, Al Fingerhall, Kolo Touré on loan. Kinkladze, Andy Impey, and a 14-year-old, now 15-year-old Joe Hart. He's getting better. The board are absolutely ecstatic, apparently, with the fact that we finished in 7th place. That we've qualified for the UEFA Cup too, not the Europa League or the Europa Conference Leagues. But yeah, the board are happy with that. That's good. FA Cup, they hated it because we lost to Leicester. I think it's Championship side Leicester as well, isn't it? No, it's not. They just got relegated. But we still lost to Leicester. And League Cup, we got to the 4th round and got knocked out by Aston Villa. But we did beat Pompey on the way, which is always good to see. And we're not in this yet. Let's take a look then at this Joe Tessum goal. It was on the 61st minute against Everton. I can't remember whether this was on camera. I feel like it wasn't, because I don't think we played Everton on camera. So, how good was this goal? Was it worthy of goal of the season? So Tessum steals the ball inside his own half, and he's just going to run all the way, isn't he? Is he going to do anything special? Nope, just blast it into that bottom corner. I thought he might go for a little dink, but no. I mean, it was alright. It wasn't great. Top shirt sellers, Milan Baros, number 13. And then Kinkladze, Davies, Svensson and Joe Tessum. I mean, honestly, growing up in and around Southampton, particularly at this point in time, no one had a Joe Tessum shirt. I'm sorry, Joe, no one had a Joe Tessum shirt. Svensson, sure. People had Svensson shirts, people had Davies shirts, BT shirts. Not a Joe Tessum shirt in sight. So the starting 11 for the most part of the season anyway. Paul Jones in goal. Delap, Lundvarm, Carvalho and Bridge at the back. Draper and Svensson in the middle. Draper, by the way, missed the last couple of games through suspension. Tessum and Kinkladze on the wings. Pahars and Davies up front. It says Pahars 4 appearances as a sub and 1 goal and 1 assist. That's for Juve, not for us. And finally then, club awards. Wayne Bridge wins Fans Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season. Barros, we know, gets signing of the season, goal of the season. Joe Tessum. And then obviously we've seen some of these. Mark Draper, most assists, man of the match, and highest average rating for Mark Draper. Unsung hero, I guess? Before we end, I'm just going to have a quick roundup of some of the other sort of fixtures and trophies and stuff that have been handed out. So Arsenal win not only the Premier League, but they also win the FA Cup and the League Cup, so they won the treble, fair enough. And did they win the Charity Shield? Yes, they did. They won the quadruple. Who won the Papa Johns? Sunderland. I don't think it actually happened. The Champions League final has yet to take place. Is Leeds United and Bayern Munich? Okay, that's going to be interesting. We'll go forward and find out what happens there. Has the UEFA Cup final been played? It hasn't. It's Valencia and Inter Milan. And the Intertoto Cup thing doesn't quite exist yet. So, UEFA Cup final has taken place. Inter Milan beat Valencia on penalties after a 2-2 draw. And then if we go up, it is still not played. Okay, it's being played today. Right, we'll come back then. Unfortunately for Leeds United, they don't manage to pick up the Champions League this time around. And I have a feeling some of it might be down to the fact that Nigel Martin got injured and they had to play Paul Robinson, he's not bad actually, he's 22. It's fine, but having to sub your goalkeeper off after just 29 minutes, not ideal. And then they lost another player as well, and Dominic Matteo. So defensively, they lost most of their starting 11 when it comes to defence. Not most, you know what I mean. They lost 2 very key players. Well, that is going to do it then for this 0102 database save. 1 season with Southampton, and ultimately pretty successful one at that, finishing 7th place in the table. Arsenal win every single trophy they could possibly get their hands on in England, which is the Premier League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the also the Community Shield. That's the other one. Leeds United lose in the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. Inter Milan win in the UEFA Cup final. That's pretty much everything. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and I'll see you in whatever I decide to do next, which right now, I don't know what that is. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.